All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DecipherCon 2000, and welcome to the World Finals Championship for the commentary for the Young Jedi CCG. My name is Mark Tuttle. I'm the MC for the event. I'd like to introduce Doug Taylor. He will be doing color commentary for this final match, these final two games between our contestants. Doug, welcome, first of all.
Thank you, Mark.
And thanks for volunteering forcibly to do the color commentary for this afternoon's event.
No problem at all.
Let's see. Who are our competitors that we will be looking at today?
Well, it looks like we've got Philippe Parise, who is out of Canada today, and Ian Vincent from the UK.
All right, now the way this is going to work, folks, is these two gentlemen have been sequestered in a secret room here inside the hotel. They cannot hear the commentary that we will be making. As I'm told by the judges, the room is as quiet as a tomb, all right? That way they can concentrate on their game. We'll have various camera angles. We'll be able to look at their hand. We'll be able to look down on the game as it's being played and basically try to cover all aspects of the game. I'll be doing play-by-play. Doug will be doing commentary, and we'll just basically try to assist in your enjoyment of watching this game. We ask that you please be quiet during the game. We are not here to answer any questions. We will mainly be doing the commentary for the game. And it looks like they are about ready to begin. That is Chuck Kallenbach in the background there. He will be doing the judging, and I believe that's Kevin Reitzel, who just... Is that Kevin?
It looks like it is, Kevin. Yep, that's Kevin.
We can see from just the lips down. So they will be doing the judging for the game, and when the counter begins, the game should be underway. And it looks like it's already started, and the counter has not yet started.
Maybe they're just all getting prepped for the game here. Well, it looks like it. There it goes.
All right. Game is officially underway.
Now, Philippe is playing light side, and Ian, it looks like, is playing dark. And let's give you guys a quick idea what kind of decks they're playing. Oh, as typical, we've got lots of Anakins on the light side. And dark side is, surprisingly, tanks.
Which is actually a deck we saw just destroy last year in this final game.
Ian Vincent's there dark, and Philippe Parise is light side. So looks like Mos Espa is the starting location that they've gone with. And it's already over, and they're moved on to planet number 2. So it appears, since it's moved off to the left, that Ian Vincent has already taken the first planet. That was very fast.
What happened there, Doug? Why would he do that?
Well, a lot of times a player will just completely sack a planet or forfeit up a planet because he feels like he's at a disadvantage. So it looks like it was just a quick jump by Ian, so Philippe went, I'm out of here. And they've already moved on to the second planet, which is going to be a real struggle because Philippe cannot afford to lose this one. All I see down on the table is an Anakin over there on the Mos Espa, so Philippe must have not had a great draw and wanted to take it to the second planet. And he's only got one card down again. So we're told that Ian Vincent surrendered the first planet. And he's piling down the tanks right now. It looks like he's got some probe droids and some tanks down.
Obviously, Ian didn't have the tanks in his opening hand and didn't want to go up against Anakin, or perhaps just wanted to isolate him there.
Perhaps he wanted to move over to a planet that's his deck is based around a little more.
Yeah.
Looks like they're moving on to the third planet now. So the tanks quickly conquered Naboo, as they often do, and Philippe said, I don't want to play there. He's got only a queen down. So we're now moved on to the final third planet already, which is Coruscant, the capital city. It's a very, very quick game. These guys know what they're doing.
Ooh, got some very good cards in Philippe's hand.
He's got Qui-Gon, the new enhanced Menace of Darth Maul Qui-Gon. You see a Captain Tarpals. He's got a Starfighter he's holding. He's got a battle card that helps him on Coruscant. Ooh, and a Padme and Amidala's blaster. It was a good combo right there.
And a foil as well.
I agree.
He's nervous, but he's holding a pretty good hand from what we can see. Over on the other side, it looks like a probe droid, a weapon, our guess is a blaster rifle, and probably a tank. Here we go. He's
No
holding
battle
the
cards.
tanks. No battle cards at all. He's got a Neimoidian, a
Some
number
trade
of tanks.
federations. And he's got some starfighters.
The starfighters at this point aren't going to help him because they're on that third planet, so he's chucking those away and going like Mark said, for some battle cards. And of course, weapons are always key in this game. He's holding the dreaded open fire card, and there you can see he's got off on the left. He's got the tank cannon. If he can get that combo working, it's very, very tough to beat.
Took a very good decision to dump his hand when he did.
He's got those battle cards he was shooting for, and he's got at least one cannon. You can see they've only played about 5 minutes at this point. We're pulling around to see what Philippe has got. Okay, he's got that battle card, the Warflowing Coruscant, which is worthless now. He's holding an Iopi, Qui-Gon. Looks like he's got a Yoda in there, an R2-D2, a C-3PO. He's shuffling up his cards nervously. Yeah, it looks like he's putting together a battle plan, but he's thrown in a bluff card. You saw there, the Coruscant. Well, excuse me, we're on Coruscant now, so he actually is going to be able to use that effectively, hopefully. He used it with Captain Tarpals, and he's going to only take out a little probe droid with it, though. That could be key. Here comes a weapon and a tank. Ouch. Ooh. That hurts. Yoda takes out a tank. Yeah. There. The love for the tanks.
But he survived. Not much left there, but he had a good hand going.
Here comes now
Another tank and a weapon.
Tank, a weapon, and a battle card. He says, let's battle.
And no battle cards.
No battle card.
Philippe's hand.
So he gathers up his hand to make a battle plan. There's a bluff card now. He's throwing in a Tatooine one that's not going to help him here.
But he's still strong. What do you do right now, Doug? Do you lead with a weak character to take him out, or do you try to take out the tanks?
Got to try to plan where he's put his weak character where he thinks that Ian is going to put that tank and weapon, but Ian's sitting pretty strong right now. It's going to be tough. If he had Qui-Gon Saber, he could match up well, but there went it.
Good play with 3PO.
Yoda matches up, but it's hard to tell what that battle card is from our angle, but
Looked like a tank weapon.
he got it. He got it.
Breakthrough damage.
Yoda again.
Yoda's tough on Coruscant.
Yes, he is. He's got a weapon, so he's holding his own. Now we've got just the tank sitting there, and here comes, it looks like a Qui-Gon. He's got his OPC killer ready. There it goes. The tank stands alone. Will he try to match up Yoda again?
At this point, wouldn't you want to do that? Take it out?
Probably. Yoda's been pretty successful taking out those tanks.
I didn't see. Did Philippe have a battle card in his hand?
Philippe
Doesn't look like he has one in his battle
don't
plan.
he does. So what he's trying to do there, it looks like he's just saying, hey, he's fighting Tarpals. Rather than take the time to gather up a battle plan, he says, hey, I'm just going to sacrifice Tarpals. You're going to kill him.
He's still hung in there.
He's hanging in there. So it looks like there was a lot of breakthrough there that those other characters did.
Ian's got to get some more characters down there too.
He's got a strong character down, but he's got he's got to get more characters down there. Looks like he's dropped another tank and another weapon. As you can see, only about 10 minutes have passed, not even quite 10 minutes. And
And so far, no rulings, no input from the judges. These guys know their play. Not that Young Jedi is that complicated a game where there's very complicated rulings.
Philippe's holding on strong with just that solo tank there. It looks like, or maybe he has a second one now, but his deck appears to be the larger deck at this point. It's all about if that planet doesn't fall, in other words, if that tank doesn't go away, it looks like Ian's got the upper hand right now with the stronger and greater amount of life force. So correction there, it looks like Philippe has a greater amount of life force. Here comes a battle. He's got the battle card for Coruscant, which is Senator Palpatine. He's got Qui-Gon with his weapon, it looks like. And he pulls a 3PO for Big Destiny. That tank, it looks like, is going down. Qui-Gon carves the tank in half. And that hurts. Now here comes an open fire with the tank combo. He pulls a Padme, which is a 5 Destiny. It's going to be close. They're totaling up the power, it looks like. It was exact high.
Wow.
Very
tank hangs in there.
Ian barely stays alive there. As you can see, there's about 3 or 4 characters on Philippe's side, and he's got a handful more coming. Those low deploy light characters look like they're going to come out in force.
This could be one on breakthrough damage alone, depending on how many characters.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of cards left in Ian's pile over there next to the discard pile. It looks like he's got a probe droid down now, hoping that he can soak up one of the hits. Now comes the all-important battle plan. Rearranging cards, trying not to let the opponent see where they're placing those battle cards and shuffling them around to make sure that there's no indicators as to where those characters are going to go. Probe droid against Yoda.
Ooh.
The probe droid goes down. That was a good matchup for Philippe. Yeah. Here comes Yopi and Qui-Gon against a tank and a weapon. It looks like Qui-Gon went down.
Oh.
Qui-Gon went down to the tank. Now Qui-Gon with Saber against the other tank and weapon. Ooh, he pulls the
Qui-Gon.
The enhanced Qui-Gon for a big hit of the tank. That's 1, 2, 3 damage. It looks like he's got about 4, maybe 5 cards left. Maybe even 3. It's getting really low. It looks like it's 2 cards left for Ian Vincent. Here at this final third battle site, we've got a ton of light side characters against a lone tank. Things are looking bleak for the dark side at this point. Looking like breakthrough alone would have done it, so Ian Vincent reaches over and congratulates his opponent.
All right.
So that's what you did earlier, though.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're counting up to see how much Philippe was.
And really a 12.5-minute game.
Very quick game. Very quick game. These guys, like you said, knew what they were doing. So, win by 19 for Philippe Parise.
Now they'll change decks, and Ian will play the light side deck, and Philippe will play his dark side deck. Doug, what do you expect now?
Well, let's look at what kind of decks are going to be playing against each other. Philippe will be going with more tanks. He's got the high destiny probe droids in there, very, very similar. He's got some Galactic Delegates in the red slot for some more high destiny. He's doing the open fire combo. Ian Vincent is running an Anakin deck primarily. He's got lots of Anakin's pod racers. He's got Anakin's in there. And he's running the Thanks R2 combo along with, he's got some Mace wild cards, he's got a lot of high destiny cards in his red slot. He's got a good mix of cards. So the planets that it looks like Ian wants to fight on are Coruscant and that's his main, and Tatooine. It looks like those are his two main slots he's going to be going for. So as we watch, we're going to see that Ian needs to control Coruscant and Tatooine. That's what his battle cards are playing around.
Okay, of course, Ian Vincent representing the UK. He came in the top position in today's qualifying. Philippe Parise from Canada, he came in second place. Total scores from today, Ian had a score of 8 with a positive 59 differential. Philippe had a score of 6 with a differential of 60. All right, Doug, looks like we're just about ready to get into game 2, and it just started. Has begun.
Philippe got the won the draw and is able to go first. Now these tanks, of course, being non-unique means that he doesn't have to worry about stranding any characters anywhere. So he's got a strength there, and his battle cards are all open fire. So Ian needs to control what locations they go to, and as we mentioned earlier, he has to go to Coruscant and Tatooine to hit his battle cards. So he probably wants to get out of the Naboo as quickly as possible. And that's the location that, of course, Philippe has chosen to start with.
But you notice Philippe also drew no weapons in his opening hand.
Right.
Which, if you're playing a tank deck, that's very important.
It sure is. So now it's a question of whether or not Ian takes a chance to even fight there for a minute, or whether he just gets out of dodge. You see a handful of Anakins. There's an R2. He's got an Amidala starship, and negotiations will be short. There's some looks like a couple of R2s down, so
no, I think you get still more cards for the next planet.
So Philippe said, Ian said, I don't want to play there. We're going to let you have the battle planes of Naboo where the tanks are so strong.
All right, Philippe takes the first. Ian now needs the second 2. Where did you say Ian wants to play in this game?
He wants to play both of the other 2 locations. He's got Beings, Philippe Parise for Tatooine, and he's got Senator Palpatine, which means he wants to fight on Coruscant. Looks like they're going to Coruscant.
Should he like getting 3 transports in the bottom?
Now his deck is really heavily based around those planets. He's also got a lot of the Thanks R2. So if he can get the R2 and Anakin combo working, then that's going to be that's very tough, and that can take down the tank.
If you're playing a tank deck, Doug, what would you go to as your second planet?
It depends on what the deck is based around. Of course, he with his tanks are so versatile. When playing with 10 open fires, he doesn't really care what planet he goes to. He just wants to get the combos down and get his weapons. Once he can get his weapons down and get that open fire card, it's very, very hard to stop. The tanks are, you don't need to worry about playing starships to go rescue them. You just keep piling them on. Looks like he's got those Anakins down and the R2s. He's not holding it there. He is. He looks like he's got one Thanks R2, maybe. Yep, he's got a Thanks R2 hidden in there. So he's got a weapon in his hand as well. So Ian's holding an okay hand for what he's got down on the table. Let's see what he
Doesn't matter.
Coruscant has been conceded. We're gone all the way quickly again to the 3rd planet. This often happens in young Jedi. The first two planets are moved out of the way quickly as players jockey for position, and now they're setting up for that third and final planet, and there's nowhere to go from here. You have to fight it out on that third planet.
It looks like a potentially short game here as well.
Interesting strategy. Got anything in there?
Looks like he got a probe droid in his hand there that works at that desert landing site.
A lot of banter between the two players, which is a good sign. They're both good players, both very good sports.
I think he ditched his hand. Did he ditch his hand right there? It's hard to...
This is unusual.
They're holding their hands pretty guarded right there, so they have to...
Wow.
Handful of open fires. 4 of them. 4 of his 10 in this one hand.
And Ian's got to know what he's facing since he was playing the same thing just moments ago.
There goes down. He's got the probe droid. He's got a tank and a weapon and that open fire. Making their battle plans. Looks like he's leading with the probe droid, which is power 3 here.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
It only takes 1 damage from it.
Yeah, if you moved on to. There's the fire. There's the transport. Now I'm in trouble.
Got that open fire combo.
7 plus or 9 plus. Cool, next cavalry. No. There's our abilities.
Tank is strong and takes out at least Mace Windu there alone.
Hang on. I need to count my draw left. Why? Because I need to know whether I can afford to fix my hand or not.
Let's go back to the draw deck right now to even see how many cards. He's facing 2 strong tanks on Tatooine.
Count them without doing that.
He's counting his draw deck right now to see how many cards he's got.
Sure.
Philippe's holding, I think, still 3 open fires, which means he's sitting in a really strong position.
As my hand is safe, hands.
A couple R2s, a couple fighters.
He's got a couple starships, which aren't going to help him at this point, I don't think. I don't think he had. He's ditched his whole hand to try to hope for anything that he can do. Anakin's pod racer, and a battle card for fighting on Tatooine. It would be enough to stay alive. He knows what's coming, so Philippe just throws out the open fire. This could be the final match with Philippe, with Tank running up against Mace. And Tank goes down.
Wow.
Last minute, Mace heroically takes down the tank to stay alive.
What you got still on this planet? Do 3 more.
Now he's got a handful of open fires, but no weapon to use that on.
Free times
Huge swing for Ian.
Really can't count my draw left.
He's running out of life force though, and he's got to take it on. Now there's 3 characters Mace has down. Now he's got Anakin and his pod racer. Looks like he's going to probably draw 2 characters and 2 weapons. You can tell they've only played 8 minutes to this point.
Both of these contests so far, they've been very content to give up the first 2 planets and battle it out on the third.
He drops down Anakin, a weapon, Jawa.
Here we go.
This could be the final battle. They're getting low on life force here. Making their battle plans. Wow, so he's putting the weapon with the Jawa to keep Mace Windu as strong on his own. Has a good solid power base all on his own. Here comes the probe droid as a sacrificial lamb to start. It's gone and he loses just a card. That's a tank against Mace. And the light side overwhelms the dark side here. Wow. So now here comes the count. Yeah. Looks like he had about 24, 25 lights.
Oh, wow. Casting back shot. There's only one in the deck. So I kept my own counter on. Right? Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
26.
Ian Vincent
comes from behind.
Very nice. Now we're going to have both the players in for comments here, folks. So if you're sitting in the audience, just wait for just a moment. What did we see there, Doug? We saw obviously another strong showing by tanks, although
We did, but we saw an amazing comeback on the part of Ian there. For a while there, it looked like, if you remember, he had Mace Windu alone, and if Mace would have fallen, then the game would have been all over, because that was a lot earlier, but he was able to hold on and take down that tank at a crucial time, and that one battle was just where the whole thing hinged, because from there, he was able to get a few more characters down. Taking out that weapon was so key, because Philippe had that handful of open fire. He would have been able to just continually wipe away Ian's characters, but one time, Mace Windu stood alone against the tank, and it was what he needed.
guys, the players are coming in right now to talk to us in just a moment, so please sit tight. Doug, did you see any misplays in the game? Anything that wasn't played right, or was it pretty much just the luck of the draw?
I didn't. I think that there's a couple times in Young Jedi that people have to make a choice, and I saw that there towards the end he put the weapon. A lot of people would have put that weapon with Mace, but he balanced out his characters in order to take out each of the three characters that his opponent had. So rather than put the weapon with his strongest character, he balanced it out. He put the weapon with the Jawa, then he had Mace, and then he had Anakin. So by balancing it out, he was able to just wipe his opponent off the table. Both players, very, very good players at this level. No rules questions you saw. These guys knew what they were doing, and they very, very quickly played. I think each game was around 10 minutes long, which is
amazing. Great. Yeah, I think we let Chuck and Kevin off a little too easy on this one.
They had an easy job in there.
Right. All right. The players are coming in to talk with us now in just a moment, folks. So if you'd like to sit there for just a few moments, we'll talk to them and find out what their thoughts on the games were.